Hi, and welcome to the Mindful Project, formerly known as the Mindful Guy. Now, the reason why we've changed this is because we want to make this channel more inclusive to people, more interactive, so that people can get involved. We realized that we got to a stage where we felt that we needed to expand and include everyone else.
I think it started to become a bit too much about us.
Yeah.
And Mark's boring voice over
Yeah.
and over again. Now, you wouldn't believe this is the second time we're recording this, because the first time, for some reason, our microphone made us sound like we was on helium.
Yeah, that was...
It was quite funny on our end.
Yeah.
But not the message you want to hear on your end, unless you want to brighten your day.
Yeah.
Or, maybe we'll do an episode on helium one day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just put it out there.
I think we should start again. Yeah. Anyway, the reason why we created this new style of the podcast, and quite rightly so, as Anne suggested, is we didn't want to make this about ourselves. And we also have quite a few people behind the scenes that are far more experienced and have the academic training as well, and experience to be offering proper mental health advice, whereas we are just going off our own experiences, and we try and answer as or come up with episodes that we think might appeal to people. Now, what we want to do is we want to open it up and make it more about interacting with you. So
creating a community.
Yeah, it's very much a community-based thing, where you can tell us the challenges that you're having or the thoughts that you're going through, and we can either, with your permission, do an episode around that particular challenge or issue that you're dealing with, or we get our behind-the-scenes people to give a constructive and applicable advice or anything like that to help you through this dark time that you're going through.
It's not just that. We understand our experiences, and the way we handle things might be different than your experiences or your troubles. We have people that have been through different challenges in life. We have different backgrounds, different stories, different traumas. They can share a different experience than we can. So this is our idea about expanding it to offer more advice, more relevant advice, more personalized advice that might be more personal to you than we can deliver.
Yeah. And also, I think it's also about that, as Ant said, it's more about the everybody's process is very different, but also your challenges that you face. The chances are there's probably about 1,000 other people out there that are going through the same challenges that you're going through.
Yeah.
And by solving one, we solve those 1,000. So please feel free to engage with us. Let us know in the comment section if there's anything you want us to discuss or cover. And also what we are moving towards is we're moving towards breaking things down into more detail. So if you think of something like someone that's got borderline personality disorder, it's okay to do an episode about borderline personality disorder, but what about the other aspects, like living with it or people living with it? Because it affects not only yourself, but those people around you.
It affects a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like me and my partner, we want to do an episode in the future because I've got BPD, and we want to touch on that and help more people with BPD. One thing I've noticed with this condition and the support groups that I'm in for it, I'm learning new things all the time. but I'm also meeting people that are having the same problems that I've already navigated, that I've not fixed, but I manage better. And a big unsung part of the BPD challenges are the partners that live with us. And a lot of people with BPD, believe it or not, we genuinely believe that there's nobody there for us, that we're not meant to have a relationship, we're not meant to find love, because who could love us? But it's possible, because I found it. And I want to touch on that. It's very personal to me, but it's also very personal to my partner, because she wants to share that as well. She wants to share her experiences, both good and bad, because we'll be sharing the bad parts as well.
Yeah. And just to pick up from what Anne's saying is, and there are multiple mental health challenges that people go through, whether it's trauma, whether it's PTSD, addictions, anything like that. We want to go into it in more detail, and if we don't have the knowledge or expertise to do it, we will bring someone on that does, that you can interact with. Also, what we want to do is, by creating this community, we want to give you actually practical worksheets that you can work from. Yeah, exactly. So you can download them, you can go through them in your own time, and you select what is
relevant to you.
Yeah.
And it's there in front of you. And I think pen and paper is very underrated. And I feel if you've got a worksheet and you work through it, you write things down, it's there. You're putting your thoughts onto paper. They're getting out of your head, even for a second. You're putting it on paper.
And a lot of the challenges that you have today, especially in the mental health community or the mental health industry, is the lack of help. And a lot of people that suffer from mental health have the challenges of not only their own personal family issues that they have, because a lot of the time it's misunderstood as attention seeking or whatever else. Yeah. And the people that don't have depression or anxiety or any of those other challenges, they battle to understand it. So not only from a personal point of view do you have that issue, you also have the issue of what's happening in society at the moment with changes in lifestyle. If you think about the COVID pandemic, what that did to people on a mass scale, you think about the cost of living crisis and what that's done to people on a mass scale. And, people have gotten to a place of desperation and despair, and they feel like they're not doing enough and this, that, and the other. And the challenge that you have with that is the help isn't there, because at the moment, the system that we're working within is either overloaded or it's broken or whatever the challenge there is. And we want to fill in that. So we want to fill in that block, that
gap.
Yeah. That we can give you a place to go that is a safe space to share your concerns with us.
Well, I feel personally, and I'm sure many agree, that when you go for help and there's no help, or there's a long wait list, or they just don't have the resources to give you anything, you often feel unheard, like you're not being taken seriously, or even you start questioning, maybe I'm not as bad as I thought, because they're clearly not giving me the help. Maybe I don't need the help. And trust me, I've been there. And thinking like that can lead down a dark path. So, we care. We want to help, and we're trying to help.
Yeah. And just to give you a little bit more in terms of how you can reach us, we are on all social media at the moment. So you can look up the Mindful Project on Facebook.
We've just created a Facebook group. It's still early days, so we are still to upload some files, some worksheets, things like that. But there is a small community. We are growing in numbers, and we want to see you there. You can reach us on there personally. You can put problems into the group, and we can help you on the comment sections, or other people can give you their experiences. It is a community of people that are either suffering with their mental health or care about those who are.
And I just want you to know, you are not alone. This is a safe space. People have gone through or are going through this at the moment that understand where you're at. We don't want you to be afraid to come forward. If you're finding it difficult, you can DM us. We will respond to you as best we can, but you are not alone. We understand what it's like. We've been there. It can be difficult, but it can also be overcome. And we want to welcome you to the Mindful Project community. So when you're ready and you feel you can do it, drop us a message either under one of our videos on YouTube or in one of our social media areas, and we will get back to you.
What I'll do on every one of our videos, and especially on this one, I will put all the links of where to find us in the description. Search us in the Facebook search chat, The Mindful Project, Instagram as well, YouTube, TikTok, the lot. If you need us, we are here.
Yeah, and we welcome you. So by all means, share with us whatever your challenges are, and we'll get through this together. Because that's what I found. Sharing and leaning on people when you need it, and especially people that understand. That's when the healing starts.
Yeah.
So we will see you or you'll hear us on the next episode of, the Mindful Project. And instead of it just being me, you never know what you're going to get, in the famous words of Forrest Gump.
Like life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
We don't really have an outro like the Mindful Guide did. We might have one, we might not have one.
Yeah.
It might just be us rambling and awkwardly trying to finish that conversation that you're desperate to get out of.
Yeah.
You just don't know how.
So
you've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
So we're leaving in 3, 2, 1.
Wait, what